Now from the home of the Dog Pound, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Cleveland Browns. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They go play action now. Sanders. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I play?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
He just danced away from that one defender on his way to a gain of about 7 yards. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's Sanders. Open man, that's Tillman. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. An inside run with Jenkins. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now he's going to step up and run. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Sanders. Over the middle, complete to Judy. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc. It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Throwing, Sanders. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, They believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go play action with Hurts. And that one too wide and incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Hurts. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw now, here's Sanders. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
Setting up the screen for Jenkins. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The rookie from Colorado on target with that throw. They've got a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming out.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll stay on the ground with Jenkins. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Tackle there by big Jordan Davis.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9. A give up the middle, Judkins. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 22. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Sanders. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm is going forward. Incomplete pass. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Jenkins to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Sanders. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Sanders to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Decent run, maybe hoping for a little bit more. It does, though, set up 3rd and manageable.
And every play that's run, if it's blocked perfectly and executed perfectly, it's set up to go for a touchdown, right? But I like the way you described that one. Just get into a 3rd and manageable, nice decision-making, and took care of the football.
Here's Hurts to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
It's a game.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Barkley inside handoff. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 19 yards for Saquon Barkley. And the Eagles are back within a score. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then,
now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20, and finally wrestled down at the 11. 104 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
First down, right back to Jenkins. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
2nd and 1 from the 2. Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Sanders. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Third and 19. Back to throw. Sanders. Under pressure, they got him again. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And this one is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And out now come the Eagles. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
This short throw caught by Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles 1st down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game, because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
This is all about testing a defense at different levels. Both the tight end and the receiver outside are going to run matching dig routes at varying depths down the field. This gives your quarterback options. He decides to go with his tight end on the shorter route, and he made the right call.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles are an extra point away from capturing the lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that were happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
120 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now he'll tuck this and run. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? So the penalty there winds up on the offense, so obviously it's declined, and we have a change of possession. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They're going to look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Nolan Smith showing some burst there to catch him behind the line. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That's to his running back, Quinshon Judkins. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A first down carry for Barkley. And shedding through the tackle. And there he goes again. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 88 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Oh, he's got the full package. He can spin, he can juke, he can make you miss, he can drop his shoulder on you. Some of that elusiveness we saw at Penn State has definitely translated to the NFL game. Saquon Barkley hit the proper buttons and turn him loose.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the option left, it's Hurts. And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play. So the penalty there for a block in the back.
And that's one where you normally see a blocker put his hands up right away to say, no, I didn't do it. But this time, yes, you did.
Looking to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 32-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Now Sanders throwing to start the drive. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll look to throw now on first down. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
2nd and 8 at their 48-yard line.
This a 2nd and 8. Here's Sanders. Open man, that's Tillman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On play action, here's Shedeur. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On the zone read, this is Jenkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the gun, it's Sanders. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance.
16.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, There's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half. 1 second, all that remains. They'll throw now on the final play. That one downfield for Dotson. And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And able to get this out to the 25. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Out left to Dotson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Hurts. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Throwing is Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field. But defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a fourth down. Well played.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Open man is Bond. He's got it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 152 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Sanders. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On the handoff, this is Jenkins. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Sanders to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive. And he's going to profess that he was happy to get points. And we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
This short throw caught by Goddard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Here's Hurts to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Fair catch. Signaled for and taken.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Jalen Phillips picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Zach Boyd, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. A give. Here's Judkins. Dances by him. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Gets this over the middle to Tillman. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 19 yards that time for number 19. That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Now Sanders. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Throwing, Sanders. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. They go play action with Hurts. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Play action. It's Sanders. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Recovered by the
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Hurts, he's going to do it himself. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive. Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 20. To throw is Sanders. Open man, that's Bond. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Here's Sanders. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there, and boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds them to just 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs to keep up with your theme there and playing keep away. 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, Keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines.
Myles Garrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Airing it out deep for Smith. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are right back in this football game. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw now, here's Sanders. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. A nice stick and stop for a loss there from Jalen Phillips. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. 3rd and 12. Out of the gun here, Sanders. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They'll give it to Jenkins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction.
And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go. Here's Sanders. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. 44 yards. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the two. They don't get it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, shoot percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 16 more on that one and another first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So that flag will set him back 5 yards.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Hurts. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They're going to look to throw.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. So now the Browns down by 8, 2:14 to play. They'll have to go the full 99 yards. Good luck there as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Jenkins.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
Corey Jackson on the tackle. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 7-yard line.
From the shotgun, Sanders.
His throw incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
An important one here, no doubt. 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Sanders.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
You can't be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. And time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Sanders to throw. Completes to Njoku.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Sanders. Right back to Njoku. fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
From the gun, it's Shador. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To throw again, here's Sanders. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
At the 36-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Sanders. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here comes second down. Throwing again, it's Sanders. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it. Another one in the books for us, partner. Always great to be by your side. And look, both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner, and let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaughan. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long